Hey, remember, a new place ain't nothing but a place you ain't never been. Huh? I don't know, my granddaddy used to say it. We moved around a lot when I was a kid. Have a good game, DJ Road Warrior. You like that? DJ Road Warrior.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. So for the Thunder, their last game, a win against the Pacers in Indiana.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the three ball the way they did.
I just like their confidence. Even when they did miss, it felt like that's the shot they were designing to get, so it never seemed to faze them.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines, and we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. Sixers head coach Brett Brown has gone through the lean years in Philly, but his coaching philosophy stayed constant during that time. He said, who's playing hard? There's a certain type that we're trying to grow in a city like Philadelphia. We've got to find people who can gain respect by competing. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Philly loves guys that work hard. A great attitude to build your team around for sure. And Brent, with the grind of the season really upon us, we're about halfway through. Is this the point where the bench helps a team be better, be a bigger factor in going forward from this point?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Kevin. It's a great point that the depth of your team at this point in the year is something where coaches who feel confident about being a contending team, that they know they can rely on these guys to come in and bring the juice every night competitively.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Russell Westbrook out there with Jordan. And it's Adams in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Fultz. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Back to Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. Over George. No good off the front iron. 76ers on defense. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, two clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this 2-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto, and the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
After J.J. Redick hitting the 3, and Jordan gets it to go.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 for the... George against Simmons. Here's Fultz. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, offense sputtering just a bit here, 1 for 4 in the game.
From the baseline. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Picked by Okafor. The feed to Simmons. That shot off. Excellent D there from George.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
The 76ers off to a slow start. They trail by 6, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, pretty obvious over the back call there, but being out of position, that was really the only option.
Try to make as good a decision as you can every time you have the basketball, but that time he attacked without thinking too much.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Okafor. Saric comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. Simmons, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Simmons got his first bucket in this one.
Nice use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Jordan the pass to Grant. That one goes in. Grant's got his first basket of the night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And Jeremy Grant, a member of the great Grant family line that has had so many NBA players.
Well, I played with his Uncle Horace in Seattle, and the thing that I like about Grant is there's just nothing in terms of nonsense when he has the ball. It's straight line drives right to the rim, and he's coming down hard around the rim.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose. From 10 feet out, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Now, here's McConnell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game, and the basket is good.
How about the confidence level with which Fultz plays? When he's close to the basket, he keeps his eyes focused on the rim at all times.
Now here's Jordan, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Up top, Simmons. Here's Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fultz has got his second basket.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Here's Jordan. 8 points for him. The shot, no good. Outside, Simmons. Got it off in time, but it's no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. A focal point in his tenure with the Duke.
I think I'll forever be associated.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Okafor's checked in for Johnson. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Saric. Simmons checked in for Justin Anderson. And it's Fulton for Jared Bayless. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Paul George comes in for Andre Robertson. Jordan, he's checked in for Wells. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton. So for Oklahoma City right now, Grant is out there with Adams. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Jordan. And it's George in at the small forward position. He gets a chance now to catch up with a fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Pacers delivered quite a performance. He ended up with 25 points and did his work from both lines, hitting from beyond the arc and from the foul line. His was the kind of all-around performance coaches love to see. It felt like he was a factor in just about every play. Kevin?
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. But we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
And the great players are never satisfied. We'll see what he does in the next one.
One of the more distinctive pairings in the NBA is here on this Thunder team. Brent Adams and Cantor, who are close off the floor as well.
Well, the Stash brothers have a tremendous bromance between each other, and it's interesting how last year, really in December, Billy Donovan decided to play those two guys together, and they became very impactful as two bigs, Cantor being the scorer on the block and Adams cleaning up some of the messes. Well, that helped his team find a little bit more consistent offense.
Here's McConnell, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Okafor with the screen on George. The pass to Holmes. It doesn't go for him. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Pull-up jumper. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Holmes with the steal. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's a 3-point game. The drive by... Oh!
And that's just not something Russell came in doing, being a playmaker. But what we're seeing out of Westbrook now, great vision.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw tonight.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
One shot.
So it's Philadelphia now. They trail by 6. Knocked loose. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The Thunder have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Free throw good, Jordan. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. McConnell kicks to Fultz. Pass to Simmons. Over George. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Simmons.
And all Simmons needs is a little bit of space. He's dynamite off the pass.
And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action after this word. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. And Mr. Incredible has been sensational.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
And Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers. Fultz and Luwawu team together to make the backcourt. Rashawn Holmes out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Okafor in at the center position. Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Hits it from three-point range.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here's Okafor. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Holmes, that's a screen. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Jordan with the rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 9. And Patterson kicks to Jordan. Outside Westbrook. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. A floater, and Redick the bucket on the assist by Simmons. Redick's got 5 points so far.
Redick reading the defense well, and that time goes with the floater.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And Benson.
Philadelphia has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Okafor. They grab their own miss. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Jordan. And here we go with George. Nobody back.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside, Simmons. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 4. With the floater, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
No answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And that one misses. And a wide open look for Jordan. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. He's got 18. And so it's Oklahoma City going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Russell Westbrook out there with Jordan. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Abrinas in at the 3 slot. Picked by Okafor. Holmes kicks to Simmons. And he makes good on the layup.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Now here's Westbrook. And George with the stuff.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. McConnell. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket for Okafor.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Patterson, the screen. Jordan kicks to Westbrook. Back to Jordan. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it's Russell Westbrook with the 3. And the Thunder lead by 13.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
They double him with Jordan, and stolen by Jordan. And he comes up with a deuce. Jordan's got 20.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, then he's off to the races.
And a good decision on the move. Too often we see teams have this kind of opportunity and fail to convert.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Fultz, he's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Holmes passes to Simmons. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Over in the corner, Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game.
The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
So, Brent, we often talk about role players who give 100% effort every minute they're on the floor. Which stars have the highest motors right now, in your opinion?
Wow, a lot of guys play with a lot of fire, Kevin. I'm thinking about Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, the workload that he has for the Toronto Raptors. Little guys like Kemba Walker and Isaiah Thomas, but maybe the two guys most prevalent, Chris Paul and then DeMarcus Cousins. And maybe that motor sometimes sputters a little bit, but the motor is still there.
You know what? Of all the qualities a player may have, and I don't even know if a motor or effort is a skill, it seems like it's becoming something that's rattled off very quickly by scouts and coaches. Yeah, he gives great effort. It's as if he's saying, yeah, he's got a great shot, or he's a terrific defender. They act like it's a skill.
Yeah, you think about it, Kevin, what that's doing is defining the fact that there are some guys in the league who don't do it. So when you have a guy who does it constantly, that's what makes him stand out.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. No good with the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 15. Outside Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Here's Fultz, following the score by Oklahoma City. Over Westbrook. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Sharge checked in for the 76ers. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Kicks to Simmons. Charge, a screen on George. Another miss by Philadelphia.
The human aspect of basketball. You cannot fault the shot selection. He had a clean look. You just can't make them all.
Jordan dishes to Adams. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Thunder.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of two that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous stand-up performance it was for Jordan.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
One shot.
Free throw good, Jordan. And Brent, every year on average, it seems like players get a little taller, they can jump a little higher, they run a little faster. What are your thoughts about raising the rim above 10 feet where it stands now?
That's a great question, Kevin. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, but
you I can see you shaking your head and you kind of laughed at it.
Yeah, I just can't see it happening.
The game is hard enough as it is right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
It is. I like your idea about making the court a little bit bigger, but 10 feet seems to be a pretty good number for where that tin sits.
About right, huh? And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Collison's out there, and so Jordan nails both of them. Philadelphia's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. And here's Anderson for three. It's hauled in by Collison. Stolen by Anderson. Now the dish to Sharge. Looking to end the drought. Rejected by Collison. The shot and game clock separated by... Oh!
Yeah.
and saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
McConnell kicks to Johnson. There's a screen. Back to McConnell. Johnson the screen. Anderson against Jordan. 6 to shoot. Anderson outside. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
DJ, great game.
Thanks, Char. Am I blown up?
You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview with the guys in the studio. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And welcome back to the studio here on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in a moment to speak with our post-game guest who's standing by on headset near the locker rooms.
Hey, this is Shaq. You've had a great run of games recently and have taken your game up a level. What's been the change that allowed this?
Shaq, I would say it's the focus. I've been trying to cut out distractions during the season and just focus on doing what I can to help this basketball team get the wins. And it's all about taking this team as far as we can go, and at the end of the day, that's what we'll be measured by.
Great answer, dude.
And thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We'll see you next time, and the time after that, too.
DJ, who was the guy you patterned your game after?
Great question, man. I'm a student of the game. I don't really just look at one guy. So I look at LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Steve Nash. I mean, even outside of basketball, I'll look at dudes like Floyd Mayweather for boxing. I mean, Roger Federer. His sense of balance is crazy, man. You know, I'm always doing things that'll just give me an edge.